On March 6, 2025, Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic crypto reserve for the United States of America, positioning the country as the leader of the digital asset space. Trump didn't just propose a crypto reserve, he outlined a specific vision. He stated that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and XRP would all be included. This isn't a vague promise, it's a detailed proposal, and it's ignited a strong reaction among Bitcoin enthusiasts. On one hand, there's optimism that a strategic Bitcoin reserve is becoming a reality. On the other hand, there's significant frustration. Some argue that only Bitcoin, due to its unique properties, deserves a place in such a reserve. It's decentralized, censorship-resistant, globally accessible, and free from centralized control or privileged early access. These qualities make it a rational and ethical choice. In contrast, the term crypto often covers tokens created with questionable motives. Centralized projects designed to enrich their founders, often at the public's expense, and now potentially propped up by taxpayer-funded resources. But what does that mean for the future of Bitcoin and crypto in a broader way? Let's focus on key points about Trump's announcement. First, what does this mean for a strategic reserve? It's worth noting that this isn't just a done deal. Trump's statement isn't giving guarantees. Nothing here is legally binding, and congressional approval is still required. For this analysis, let's assume the reserve moves forward as proposed. Our perspective is this: as long as Bitcoin is included, the presence of other coins doesn't fundamentally matter in the long run. Think of it like a physics experiment. Say mixing water and apple juice. They blend regardless of the order, but if you add a denser, viscous liquid, a clear separation forms over time. In economics, the Coase theorem supports this. Initial resource distribution is irrelevant if transition costs are low. The optimal allocation emerges eventually. Bitcoin, freely available yet requiring effort to acquire, mirrors this. Its distribution has favored those who understood its value early on, and I believe it will dominate any reserve portfolio over time due to its superior properties, outshining other cryptos that rely on lobbying rather than merit. Next, let's zoom out to the global stage. If the US establishes a crypto reserve with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and XRP, how will other nations respond? Countries like China, Russia, and Abu Dhabi will take notice. We are confident they'll consider Bitcoin. Its status as digital gold, inflation-resistant and power-neutral, makes it a no-brainer. But centralized US-based coins like Ethereum or Solana, unlikely. Why would China hold a coin manipulatable by an American developer? They'll either opt for no reserve, choose Bitcoin alone, or pair Bitcoin with a local coin. Think China coins or Russia coins. Globally, Bitcoin could become the common thread in crypto reserves while other coins fade, lacking the universal appeal or resilience to compete. The simple factor could catapult Bitcoin north of $1 million within a few years. If the reserve gets through Congress and the US starts acquiring large amounts of Bitcoin, global race to buy as much Bitcoin as possible would break out, with nation-states scrambling to get the future of money at a better price than their adversaries. This would be the last stone needed in the way to absolute Bitcoin dominance. The century of Bitcoin as the biggest investment in the world would start. Finally, what's driving this announcement? Here's where speculation comes in. A theory we encountered on X suggests this could be a negotiation tactic straight out of Trump's playbook, detailed in his book, The Art of the Deal. He writes, "I set my goals higher than I expect, demanding more than I want, so I can get what I truly desire." Trump pitches a broad crypto reserve, Congress pushes back on the altcoins, and he settles for a Bitcoin-only reserve, his real goal all along. It's plausible, but we are skeptical. It hinges on Trump understanding Bitcoin's distinction from crypto, and we suspect his grasp of that is limited. Still, the idea gained traction. Notably, figures like Peter Schiff, a Bitcoin skeptic, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase, and the Exodus Wallet CEO have all endorsed a Bitcoin reserve over a broader crypto one, perhaps an unintended win for this strategy, if it exists.